Ni Hao, and welcome back to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. Today, I have such a special guest joining me, Heather Pham. She is a registered nurse, certified emotion code practitioner, intuitive energy healer, and certified manifestation coach. Through her own powerful healing journey from facing a cancer diagnosis in 2013 and the loss of her own beloved mother in 2021, and her experiences with depression, anxiety, and panic attacks, Heather has dedicated her life to helping others awaken their body's natural ability to heal. She specializes in identifying and releasing trapped emotions from trauma, PTSD, anxiety, and grief. Her passion is helping people reconnect with their inner peace and improve their overall well-being, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So in today's conversation, we'll talk about the power of emotional healing, how energy work can shift your health and mindset, and how slowing down to truly listen to your body can open the door to transformation. So if you're ready to feel lighter, more at peace, let's dive in. So hi. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on your podcast, and I'm ready to share whatever you want to know. I'm ready to share.
Yes. So let's start with your story. So I know that through the hardships that you have gone through, that has led you into finding energy work and energy healing. So let's talk about how your diagnosis with cancer and then your mom, passing, how that all shifted you into your journey of what you're doing now.
Okay, well, I've been a nurse for over 27 years now. And doing my nursing career, I was busy like everybody else, doing the thing, running a business, having kids, running them around, picking up after school, just doing the thing, right? Cleaning the house, cooking, just doing everything. And throughout these years, my body was giving me all these symptoms of, fatigue, and my hair was falling out, and anxiety, and all these symptoms, but I kept ignoring it until one day I had a cancer diagnosis, and that prompted me, it forced me to stop. So it forced me to stop to get treatment done. And during the treatments, I kept asking my physicians, what can I do so I don't get cancer again? And none of them could give me any kind of answers on what I can do to prevent cancer from coming back. So from then, that was about 13 years ago, I just started learning everything that I could to how to heal your body, how to not get sick, how to prevent cancer. So I was doing that with, you know, all kinds of herbs, the physical things. And until 2021 is when my mom passed away. And when my mom passed away, I was doing everything that I knew how as a nurse, everything, all the physical things that I knew how to heal the body. It wasn't helping. It wasn't taking away, the depression, and all these symptoms that I was having. So then I had to kind of learn how to heal myself through energy. And from then on, I just kept learning. I kept learning more and more and more. And I keep getting guidance on what to learn next, what to learn next. My soul kept pushing me to learn so many different things on how to heal.
That's
So,
amazing. That's so incredible. So how did energy work, like get brought into your reality? Is it just by research or then something or somebody said to you or you heard a certain thing or you just started tapping into your own energy or your own powers? Like what was that journey like?
so I guess I have to back up a little bit. When my mom passed away in 2021 during COVID, she passed away. When she passed away, the depression, I was very sad. I was, waking up crying every day. The depression set in. And a month later, after my mom passed away, my daughter's cat passed away. So then my depression got worse. And then a month after my daughter's cat passed away, my daughter left for college. So she moved out of the house, so the depression got worse. and worse every day. And when it got really unbearable, I would go to my acupuncture doctor and I would beg him, please take this depression away. I don't want to feel this way. So he would do whatever he does with the needles, and the depression would go away for a week and it would come back. It would come back even worse. So then, um, 6 months after my mom passed away, this was during COVID. So everybody's at home. My husband was at home. We're all at home. 6 months after my mom passed away, my husband decided to go back to work. And the week before he decided to go back to work, the panic attack came. So when my panic attack came, my body was so intelligent. It gave me that so that I could stop and fix myself. Because at the time, my son was 10 years old. So staying at home with my husband back to work wasn't an option. I had to drive. I had to take him to and from school and after school activities. So not driving, the panic attacks where I was homebound, I couldn't leave the house, wasn't an option. So then I started meditating. I started asking my body, what is this? What is this anxiety trying to tell me? So I started meditating. I started doing hypnosis. And when I did hypnosis, it brought me back to when I was 6 years old and I was abandoned by my family. So I was born during the Vietnam War. So during the Vietnam War, everything was chaotic. Everything was, it was horrendous. So my parents had just enough money to send my brother, my oldest brother, and I on a fishing boat to leave, to escape Vietnam, to flee Vietnam for a better life, for a better opportunity. So they left us with a stranger, and we got on a fishing boat, and we escaped Vietnam. So that's at 6 years old. So the 6 year old part of me, when my mom passed away, the 6 year old part of me says, "Look, your mom is leaving you again." So it wasn't the 40-something-year-old me that was depressed, that was anxious, because I knew my mom was sick and she's going to pass away. But the 6 year old part of me didn't like that. So then, the 6 year old part of me says, "Look, your mom's leaving you. Do something." And I didn't do anything about that. When my daughter's cat died, the depression got worse, and then the anxiety came. That was my body saying, "Look, now the cat's leaving you." And then a month later, when my daughter left for college, my body was giving me worse symptoms of anxiety and depression. And it was just telling me, "Look, everybody's leaving you." And then not until when my husband went back to work was when my body says, "That is quite enough. Stop, do something." So then that was when I was forced to learn how to heal myself. So I was just, meditating and asking my body, what does it need? What do I need? What do I need to heal? And then I just started to learn energy work,
That's
and
incredible.
meditating.
That's crazy, but so powerful and amazing. It just shows that you can do this work on your own as well. But my mom's the same way. She had to flee the Vietnam War as well.
Yeah.
Um, so I see a lot of trauma and all of that within her own self. But
Yes.
yeah, I feel the panic attacks too that come in, and we all have our own things of what our trauma is, and our body is telling us. And it's funny because when you're talking about driving and having to go outside of your house, it's like, yeah, I'm the same way. When I'm driving, I get like panic attacks or anxiety, and I don't know what that's telling me, but obviously my body is telling me something's stuck or something's there. So we can just meditate, or I can just meditate and like ask my body, what does it need? What does it want? Is that how?
Yes. Your
Okay.
body is so intelligent. It knows everything about you, and everything is stored in the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Our subconscious mind remembers everything, from, someone that you've met, anything you've eaten, any emotions you've ever felt, in this lifetime and past lifetimes. So we carry everything within us, throughout, not only from this lifetime, but with lived many other lifetimes before. So then, if we've had other traumas in past lifetimes, we will bring it with us in this lifetime. So that's why the symptoms sometimes come out of nowhere and you have no idea what's going on. But the root cause of it is typically from past lifetimes. So my work is I go back a lot to past lifetimes, to the root cause of people's issues and get rid of it. So if you don't get rid of the root cause, the problem still persists.
Yeah, that's so true. And you did some work before our call today, and today is October 8th, and it's my dad's birthday. And then you're just like, yeah, is there any traumas that we should work through before we record? And then I was like, okay, it's my dad's birthday. Like his passing was a huge thing. And it's crazy that I think next week will be 10 years of his passing too. So I know that I blocked a lot of my emotions, and like when he passed, I didn't allow myself to truly heal. I felt like I had to take on the role of being the caretaker of the house, taking on his role instead, and like making sure my mom's okay, making sure the house is okay and stable. So I didn't really grieve or process it. I kind of just moved on and was like, okay, I'm going to take on my dad's role and then just do it. And so when you said that today, I just and you were trying to and you were releasing the emotions or whatever amazingness that you do. I was just dropping off my daughter and coming home, and then when I was driving I was like feeling a lot of anxiety. I was like, what is going on? Like just out of nowhere, just like flooded in my chest and my air, like my chest and my throat, and I was like, what is this? Like, why am I feeling this type of energy? And so it was amazing that you're like, yeah, it's because you like kept it there. And I didn't even notice. I didn't even realize that. So your work.
Yes. So I actually released 57 times of anxiety for you today. That
What?
means, yes, that means you trap 57 times of anxiety. Each time is a specific time that you trap. This was specifically just for your dad, when your dad was sick and when your dad passed away, the funeral. So that's only for that. And you trap that many anxiety within your body that you didn't process. So when we don't process our emotions, it is still in our body. It remains in our body, in our subconscious mind, in our cellular memory. It's in our body until it gets released. So people, if your listeners are empaths, or they love taking care of everybody else, making sure everybody else is okay, and that sounds very much like you suppress your emotion, you put your emotions away, you just lock it up, and you just go on. And so all those emotions are still in your body. And the thing with emotions is everything is energy. Our emotions are energy, our thoughts are energy. So if you have the emotion of anxiety in your body, guess what? You're going to attract more of anxiety. Um, moving forward, you will attract more of that, because that's what you're vibrating. That's what you have the resonance of it within your body. So if you have, say, if you have a lot of anxiety in your body already, and you see a situation that might not give me anxiety. If I don't have a lot of anxiety in me, I won't feel anxious. But if you have a lot of anxiety, you will see the same situation and feel anxious and trap anxiety in your body again and again and again. So the work that I do is so amazing, because each emotion that I release for you is that very specific time that you trap that very specific emotion, and that very specific one is gone. So the more I release, the less you have to carry, and your vibrations go up. So if I could share, before I started your session, your emotion was at 175. So our emotions are, there's a vibration to each emotion, and it's from 0 to over 1,000, many thousands. So you started out at 175, which is on the low side. Pride is what you were um, vibrating at that moment. But after I released 240 trapped emotions for you, your vibrations went up to 12,000. So your body is kind of recalibrating because you were here, now your vibrations up here, your body is just kind of trying um, to rebalance and recalibrate. That's why it doesn't feel good, when when you do energy work, because your body's shifting, your energy is shifting and changing as it's being done.
Wow, that's incredible. And that's so cool that you're able to look at the frequencies. So that's a gift that you have. That's so cool. How did you start learning that you can look at the frequency? Oh, okay. There's,
So I'm not sure if your viewers can see, but
oh, yeah,
it's
right.
our emotions start from zero. Like
Mm,
shame is the lowest vibration,
mhm.
and the highest one is, of course, enlightenment is the highest one. Um, so a lot of us live in fear, in lack, in all these lower vibrations. So because of all these emotions that we suppress in our body and we don't process, they keep our vibrations down. So when the vibration is down, you don't feel good. You can't attract things to you easily because we are like a magnet. We're just we're a magnet for things, and if your magnet is dirty, you can't attract things very easily. So what I do when I release these emotions, your emotions are like dust on your magnet. So when I remove the dust, guess what? You're able to attract things and manifest things easily because then your vibration is high. Your body, your magnet is clean. So when the magnet is clean, you just attract things to you easily, the things that you want easily.
That's incredible. That's true. And I always tell my listeners, like, what you attract or who you are or what your reality or whatever you're thinking creates your reality, right? And so
Mhm.
if
Yes,
you do have those trapped emotions, that's one aspect of releasing so then that you can release and then become higher vibes so then that you can attract what you want. That makes
yes,
a lot of sense. I love that. So can you give
yes. So
yeah, okay, go ahead.
manifestation, nobody talks about vibrations and lining up to the vibration of you know so we are like radio receivers, right? So we put out these radio signals, but if you don't tune into that radio signal, you can't hear what the radio is talking about or singing, right? So we are receivers. We if our vibration is really low and everything that you want is on the high vibration, you are not going to meet it. If your vibration is down here and everything good you want is up here, it's just going to cross. It's not going to be in your energy field because you're not lined up to it. So nobody talks about how to get your vibrations up so high to where you can manifest things easily. The manifestation, the affirmations and the thoughts, the writing, that's all amazing. But if you are living in lack and in fear and in anger, it's very low vibration. But things that you want are really high vibration. So people have trouble attracting things, manifesting things because they don't look at the vibration aspect of manifestation. So
That's
that's
true. You said fear or lack. Yes, I'm guilty of this for sure. But I mean, this is the matrix. They condition you to be low vibrational. They truly condition you to stay in fear or stay in lack,
yes.
like not better yourselves and not understanding how energy is actually so powerful, that we are powerful, right?
We are, yes, we are very powerful beings, and our intention is everything. When I do my work, it's my intention that is, connecting to the person and figuring out all of these emotions that they have. You are in California, I am in Florida.
Yeah.
We're like we're like thousands of miles apart. But I did a session on you today, and did you recognize those emotions?
Yeah, I did.
So. Mhm.
That's
So
incredible.
when I tap into your subconscious mind or my client's subconscious mind, I work with people all over the world. It doesn't matter where they are. I can work on them. So I have international clients that I work on because energy. There's no space that affects energy work. So when I'm tapped into your subconscious mind, I'm getting the answers from you. I don't know how you felt when I was doing the session for you, but all of those emotions are from your subconscious mind that I'm getting from. So, everybody tells me, "Oh my gosh, Heather, it's 100% true." It's like I don't know anything other than I'm getting it from your subconscious mind. It has to be true because it's coming from you.
So how do you tap into like our energy field? Do you have to ground yourself first and then feel aligned and then your gift is to be able you can feel it or you can see it? How does that work? That's so interesting or fascinating to me.
I am clairvoyant, so I can see, like, I just, I just know, I just get this knowing, or I see. I don't hear, but I see, and I just know.
That's incredible. Clairvoyant.
So the
Awesome.
higher the vibration you are, the more connected you are to the divine, to source, to God, to whoever, you want to call it. So when you're there, that's your intuition. That's your higher self talking to if we have all of these blocks, all of these trapped emotions, it blocks us from connecting to our intuition or our higher self or our soul or God or source or whatever you want to call it. So the other thing I do is anytime we get hurt, we have all these emotions on our heart, and that's called a heart wall. So our heart is a portal to the divine. Our heart is everything. That's when you are sick and you go to the doctor and you have a heart issue, guess what they do? They put an EKG on you. Guess what they're measuring? They're measuring the energy that's coming out of your heart. So that's how they know if you're still alive or you're dead, right? EKG is measuring the energy coming from your heart. Our heart has so much energy that comes out, but because most of us have so many of these emotions and all of these issues that we put on our heart. So like we put these walls on our heart. So if we have a wall on our heart, it's really hard to connect to people. It's really hard to receive love, to connect to God, to source, connect to give love and receive love. You have trouble because you have this wall up. So that's the other thing I do is I remove those heart walls, and once I remove them, people just have much better intuition. They're just open to their intuition because their channel is open now. It's open when they don't have that wall.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Do you have any tools that you can give the listeners that can help, like help you release or raise your vibration of any sort? I know you did it on me once, but that was so powerful. Maybe we could even just do that exercise again. That was
Yes,
really
yes, of course. So meditation is the number one key to everything. So meditation is amazing. So meditation calms your nerves, opens your channel, raises your vibration. So the reason why I know that um, meditation is so powerful, it raises your vibration. So when I first started doing this work and I started meditating, um, I checked my vibration before I start meditation, and then I checked my vibration again after the meditation, and it would jump up like so high, like incredibly high after meditation, because you're in that quantum field, you're in you just have like really high vibration after meditation. So for my clients, I always require that they meditate at least 30 minutes a day because it's really powerful. And then the other thing I tell people to raise that vibration is to do something they love every single day. 30 minutes. Just put 30 minutes on your phone and do whatever it is that you love. Take a walk, read, dance, whatever it is that you want, meditate, whatever it is that you want. But you need that 30 minutes me time so that you can recharge. You can tell your body, okay, I love my body. I'm gonna care for my body. We're so busy of going and doing everything for everybody else. We don't manifest when we're doing. We only manifest when we're being. So meditation is being. You're just being.
I love that. Yeah, I'm so used to doing. Again, the Matrix teaches us to just keep busy doing, doing, doing. And it's like, I have this to-do list. I got to do it all. If I don't do it, then I feel unaccomplished. And, and yeah, and that's why meditating or slowing down or doing all these things for yourself, you either feel guilty or you're just like, oh, this is not really going to do anything for me, right? But in
Mhm.
reality of what you just said, being, that's when you're receiving, that's when you're getting the manifestations because you're allowing that energy to come to you. Wow, that's powerful. I love that.
So when we meditate, we get this cosmic energy from the cosmos into our body, the same energy you get when you're sleeping. When you're sleeping at night, you're recharging, you're getting the cosmic energy coming into your body. That's why you feel recharged, right? So when you meditate and you practice and you meditate, when you after you meditate, you are getting that same energy as if you're sleeping. That's why sometimes my clients, they might need 4 hours of sleep, but they feel recharged and they feel like, they used to need 8 hours. Now they can sleep 4 hours because they meditate before they go to sleep and they're getting recharged already. So they don't need the 8 hours of sleep. So if you want more production, you want more, being more productive, manifesting things more, meditate. Meditate is one of the keys.
Oh, thank you for that reminder because yeah, I've been putting it off, even though I know in my core, and I know that any successful person, like high achieving person, they meditate. That's like the first thing that they do in the morning. So
That's right.
even before they go work out or whatever, they all have a meditation practice, which is that makes sense. Now I understand
Yes.
why it is needed. Yeah.
Yes. So I meditate now. At least 1 hour is my minimum. 1 hour a day, 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours if I have time. But meditation is so, so, so good for you. I can't stress enough how amazing it is for your body and your mind and product. It's when we're going, 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 we're
Mhm.
not that productive.
Yeah.
But just try meditation. When you calm your mind, you can focus so much better to do your tasks much quicker, and your vibration will be high and everything would just flow. Everything would just, you know, um, flow easily for you.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Do you recommend like breaking it up? So say if you can't sit there for 30 minutes, like is it okay to do like 15 minutes in the morning and then 15 minutes at night and then total is still 30 minutes or like what do you
Oh, absolutely. 2 minutes is better than none. So any at all is good. If you're working and you're on your lunch break, just go to your car and just sit there for 10 minutes to just calm your nerves and recharge. So any is better than none.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I love that. Now you're making me want to go and meditate after our sesh or after this because I feel like there's a lot of trapped emotions still in my body from the session that you gave me, which was I'm so blessed. And then I just want to feel like more high vibe. Like I feel like there's this stuck energy of lack or whatever. So say if you're feeling low vibrational, it's good to just sit in meditation so you can release that or somehow raise your vibration.
Yes, yes, definitely. So releasing emotions, movement will release emotions, crying, just some people yell into their pillow, you know, some people get into their car and just yell inside the car, not while they're driving, but, just inside the car so that they have privacy. If they have a lot of people in their home and they can't, yell in their home or scream in their home, they'll just go into their car and just start yelling because that's a release. That's movement, that's release. Emotions are energy in motion. So the word emotion, E is for energy. Motion is motion. So energy in motion. So our emotions has to move, otherwise they will get stuck.
Mm.
So when you're having like an intense emotion, ask your body, what is this emotion trying to tell me? And acknowledge it, right? Our emotions are like little toddlers. You have a toddler, right? So if you don't give her attention when she's having a tantrum, guess what she's going to do? She's going to scream louder,
Yes.
right? But if the moment you say, "Oh, honey, I hear you. I see you. I hear you. What do you need?" Guess what? They calm down. Our emotions are exactly the same.
Yeah, and we're not taught this. We're not taught about our emotions, right? We're
No.
taught to just bottle up inside. Like, oh, you're feeling this? Okay, stay quiet, bottle it up inside. And then it's just trapped, trapped, trapped. And then one day it either turns into some type of sickness or something dramatic in your life. And you're like, okay, what do I have to face now? And then, like, that's when you actually do the work or figure out what's going on.
Yes. So we have thousands of emotions. I mean, I have clients that I release 7 or 8,000 emotions for people, um, because we have that many. We have that many, not from other lifetimes and this lifetime. So imagine we have thousands of lifetimes. Some of us are thousands of years old. Some of us are, many of us are very, very old. Our souls are very, very, very old, thousands of years. So, each time we have a trauma, we will carry it. We will keep carrying it to the next lifetime, to the next lifetime, until we learn to heal it. So what I'm so excited about now is so many people are willing to heal, are ready to heal, and are willing to heal, right? So when they heal now, the work that I do now, every emotion that I release, every trauma that I release, they no longer, it changes their past, it changes their present, it changes their future. They no longer have to carry that trauma in their next incarnation. I mean, so how powerful is that?
Yeah, that is powerful. That makes sense. And when
Mhm.
you do the work, you don't have to do it again because you learned that lesson or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's awesome. I love that. You do incredible work. I'm so excited to like tap more into energy healing and frequencies and vibrations, and not only meditating, you can also raise your vibrations in other ways, right? Like
Yes.
frequencies, listening to frequencies or hertz, right?
Yes. Sound bath. So we are all made up of energy and light. That's all that we are. So if, let's say, this phone right here, so you think it's a phone, right? But if you look down deep enough, it is just atoms moving around, making the phone the phone. The same thing with us. Our hand, you think it's your hand, but if you look down deep enough, it's just atoms moving around, energy, condensed energy, making your hand your hand. So we're all energy,
Yeah.
right? So, and our emotions are all energy too. So
Mm.
yes, so when we want to heal, um, we have to look at the energy part, because if we're 99.9% energy, you can do all the things, you can do all the yoga, you can do all the vitamins, you can do all of that. That's 0.1% um, of how of healing, right? So if you want to make a big impact on your healing, you can't ignore the energy, because we're 99.9% energy, right?
Yeah, that's a really good perspective. That is true. See, I knew that we're all energy. Everything is made up of energy. I totally get that. But then the way you said it or the perspective that you said it was really, really powerful. It makes sense. And so you have to focus on your energy in order for you to truly change your life. And
Oh
we
yes.
physical so much though, but the physical is just a perception of, yeah, just condense atoms together. Yeah, that makes so much sense. I love that.
Yes, so I tell people all the time, yes, you can do all the other things, eating right, exercise. Yes, they will make an impact, but and it's making a 0.1% impact. The 99.9% is what you want to really go after, right? If you want to heal. And that's why Dr. Joe Dispenza, I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
follow him.
love his work. I love it.
Right? So that's all energy. I mean, you can change your reality by changing your energy field, changing um, the perception of who you are. You can't be the same person and expect to heal. You have to be a different version of you to have that, right? The universe doesn't care what you want. That the universe doesn't care if you want abundance or scarcity. But if you're vibrating at scarcity, the universe is going to say, okay, if that's what you're vibrating, that's what you want. I'm going to give you that. So if you are vibrating at abundance, the universe doesn't care. The universe says, oh, you want abundance. That's what you'll get. So I always tell people, when you shop on Amazon, right, you can look at all the things on Amazon. So that's like your affirmations to the universe, right? I want this, and I want that. That's like you shopping on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put it in the cart. You can write it down. I want so much money. I want this. I want that. I want a nice car, whatever you want. It's like you putting the stuff in the cart on Amazon, but you won't get it. They won't know what to send you until you press order now, right? Or, place order now. So the universe is kind of the same, right? It doesn't care what you want, but you have to be in that vibration to get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So, in order for you to want something, like usually if it's abundance, high vibrational, and then if you're in this low vibrational, usually which is fear, anxiety, overwhelm, whatever it is, you're not going to match that, like you said earlier. And it does make
Mhm.
sense. So, how do we get ourselves to be higher vibrational? How do we get ourselves to stay and remove the fear, the anxiety? And so doing the work that you do, which is releasing those emotions or meditating to get to the higher level vibrations. But how do you
Yes.
get rid of that fear on a day to day? Yeah, meditating can be one, but I feel like it's just such a slow process, and people nowadays are so prone to looking for the quick fixes or the quick things, because meditation might take a while for you to raise your vibration, and they're just like, I can't wait anymore. This isn't working, so I'm not doing it anymore, right? And then they go back to the old patterns and they're just not growing again or leveling up or raising their vibration.
The other thing that I work on for people are limiting beliefs. So we only get what we believe we're worthy of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of us feel unworthy. All of us, every single one of us, have this unworthiness within us, especially women, right? We feel like we have to take care of everybody else. We have to do everything for everybody. We're not worthy of 10 minutes of me time, right? You feel guilty because you don't feel worthy of that 10 minutes. But when after you release a lot of these negative emotions, now when I'm meditating an hour, that's my me time. I am worthy of that. So you only get what you are worthy of. And the other thing that I do for people are limiting beliefs. So we have all these limiting beliefs that are put on by our parents, by our grandparents, by our teachers, by our friends, by everybody around us. So from 0 to 7 years old, that's when we soak in a lot of these beliefs. And it might not be true. From 0 to 7, that's when children are like sponges. They'll just soak in whatever the adults around us tell us, right? So then when they tell you, don't do that,
Mhm.
because they want you to be safe. Like, let's say, don't run into the street, right? But all your subconscious mind hears is don't. You can't, right? So then you form these beliefs. I can't, I can't, I don't, I can't do it. So then we go through life with those beliefs. So I'm able to tap in and figure out what limiting beliefs people have, and I install new ones for them. So when I install new ones and I release all their trapped emotions from these limiting beliefs, they don't have the limiting beliefs anymore. And then they can go and, do whatever they want to do because we are born without any limits.
Mm,
You have a daughter, if
yeah.
you ask her, do you know how to play piano? She's going to say, yes, I know how to play piano. Right. And then, as they get older, if you ask if you asked her, say, when she's a teenager, she might say, I don't know how to play piano, but as kids, they don't have any limitations. They just, they just go and do, right? But then adults around us will put these limits on us, and then we grow up with these limitations. And that's why people don't go for the job that they want. They don't go and manifest things that they want because they have these limitations in their subconscious mind that's blocking them, sabotaging them, and just, not allowing them to get what it is that they want.
So true. It really is. And I love that your work can get rid of those limiting beliefs too. That's incredible. That's awesome. And most of us are stuck in the limiting belief pattern that we're not good enough, we can't do that. And in order to step out and away from that, to release those emotions or whatever you're attached to that, I can see is super helpful. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Let's talk about your books. I know you wrote some books and one of your guides, let's explain that. Like your guide told you to write, a couple of books, which is so cool if you want to share that.
Yes, so Miss Louise Hay, I don't know if your audience is so familiar with Miss Louise Hay. Love Miss Louise Hay. So she's already passed on. And a few years ago, she has been coming to me, asking me to continue her work. As you know, she works with emotions, diseases. She teaches people how to love themselves and how to come back to themselves. And diseases are from our emotions, our suppressed emotions. So it's no wonder she picked me to continue her work, because that's what I've been doing is emotions and mental health and diseases are caused from these emotions. So just a few years ago, I was just getting guidance to write a book, and she's been coming to me, guiding me to do different things, what to learn and how to help people. So I have a couple books. How to Heal Trauma is the first one. How to Heal Trauma. The other one is I wrote it with a dear friend, Healing Grief, Anxiety, and Fatigue. So lately, Miss Hayes been telling me to help people with grief because there's so much grief. Everybody's got grief. Everyone will be touched by griefs at one point or another. Whether it be losing someone you love, losing a pet, losing a relationship, losing a home, losing a job, whatever it is, it causes a lot of grief. So she has been guiding me to teach on that. So I have workshops on helping people heal from grief. And I would do a healing session like I did for you today for people, and they would get out of their grief like pretty quickly, Um, in my workshops, I remember one time a nurse came, and she had just lost her grandmother a couple weeks prior to coming to my workshop, and she was just distraught. She was, emotionally, she was a mess because her grandma was really, really special to her. And when I released the trapped emotion, she felt at peace. Like she felt so at peace with the loss. And she continues to manage it, so much easier now. And she still misses her grandmother, but she doesn't have the grief and the sadness and the sorrow and the despair that she was carrying, and the helplessness, because she was a nurse and her grandmother passed away. There she had so many helplessness, trapped emotions within her body. And I asked her, is that how you felt? And she said yes, because being a nurse, you have the information to help people, but then she couldn't help her grandmother, so she felt helpless. Um, but after I released that, she feels at peace.
Oh, that's incredible. That's so cool. So your books, you can get it on Amazon.
Yes.
How exciting. Right. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go grab those books and I want to learn more about all of the work that you do. It's incredible, the energy, and you can tap into the energy field and tap into others. That's amazing. And you're a clairvoyant. or you have clairvoyant. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm still learning. I'm still learning what my gifts are, but we all have these gifts too. We just have
Yes.
specific ones that is stronger than the others, right? Yeah.
Can I talk a little bit? Can I talk a little bit about the different soul types?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So there are three different soul types on Earth. The majority of people, about 95% of people, are Earth-based souls. So their soul is, on Earth, and they reincarnate on Earth many, many, many different lifetimes. Those people are they love to do things with their hands. They love to build things. They love to do like climate change. They love to plant. They love to do things earthly. They love materialistic things. Like they love nice things, things, materialistic things, house, cars, the materialistic stuff. And then the other two types of souls are uh, the 5% are angelic souls. So their souls are from the angelic realms. Like, that's where their soul is from. They're very compassionate. They're very loving. They're always wanting to help people. They're always wanting to heal people. They're always wanting to teach. They're always just loving, very compassionate. They don't have a lot of judgment when they see something. They don't have a whole lot of judgment. Within, they don't have the judgment that most people have. So when I think of angelic souls, I think of, say, maybe Angelina Jolie, Princess Di, Mother Teresa, um, Audrey Hepburn. So those are like angelic souls. Their souls are from the angelic realm, and they're here to help humanity. And then the other type of soul are called star seeds. Have you heard of star
Yes.
seeds?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're from other planets. They're from another planet. They have lots of information to share, to give. They have a lot of technology information. They love teaching. They feel different. They can't relate to people around them. They look different, like physically, they look different and they feel different because just imagine if we were like dropped off in the middle of, I don't know, India without any money or any kind of language, we would feel lost. So a lot of star seeds feel lost, like they feel like they don't belong here. They love the cosmos. They love the stars. They might go out at night and look at the stars and wondering, I don't belong here. So those are star seeds. So those are the three different soul types. So it depends on what you are. The kind of work that you do kind of predicates, it helps to know what soul type you are to determine what kind of work is best for you,
Mm,
right?
okay.
So would you like to know what you are?
Yes, I would. I was gonna ask, like, how would you know? Because I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit of everything, or some people may think, you're a little bit of everything. So how would you really know? But yeah, so that would be great.
So I tapped into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind knows everything about you. So I just tapped in and then I just checked.
Yeah.
Okay. You are an angelic ground soul.
Whoa, that's incredible. Is that why I always feel like I want to do so much and I just like care so much? I feel like I'm always battling the darkness. I want to bring light and I feel like it's like, everything around me is so dark. I have to like bring the light to the darkness. That's what it feels like. So it makes so much sense. Wow.
Yes. So angelic souls love to heal. They are so drawn to healing, like healing people, helping people, compassionate, loving, right? So that's what they're drawn to do. So when angelics, so so I'm gonna guess here, you probably don't like your day job too much
Mm. No.
because that's not who you are. If you put an earth-based soul person in your job, they would love it. They would thrive. They would love it because that's what they do, right? But because you are angelic, you have you are drawn. Your soul is here to heal people. Your
Yeah.
soul is here to help humanity, give love, give compassion, and heal people. So if you move towards that, that is your purpose. That is why you're here. And you will be happy, you will be joyful, money will come.
Oh,
When you are joyful, money will come.
yeah. Okay. I believe that. But again, there's like so many limiting beliefs that hold me back of like, how am I gonna leave my day job? Like I know that I love to coach and I love to help and do what I do. Even this podcast, it came as a passion project and now it's expanded into what it is. But like I know it's taking a lot more time than if I just probably quit and just went off full in or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but yeah, for what you say, it's so funny because I feel like my husband, he loves his 9 to 5. He's like, I love what I do. He's like a financial advisor. I was like, how do you find joy? But he's like, yeah, I'm good at it. I love it. I was like, I'm good at my job. I just don't love it. It doesn't bring me passion. I'm just good at it. But when I'm talking about healing, helping, having these conversations, it truly lights me up. Like I love talking about energy. I wish I can have these conversations all day long. My husband's not super into it. He's just like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. He's most likely an earth-based soul.
Yeah.
So my husband's the same. He's an earth-based soul and I'm angelic. So yeah, he doesn't understand any of this stuff.
I love it. This is why we're supposed to meet. And when I met you, I was like, whoa, there's a connection. Like I just already knew. Like I just felt that. There's always a
Yes.
reason. I love it so much. Thank you so much of your knowledge and all your help and your care and your love. Like you could truly just feel like your energy. You really come from a loving angelic type of the energy. I just feel it. I feel the softness. I feel the love. I feel like you truly wanting to heal and help and it's just beautiful. And even your face, like it glows. It just about you. This is so incredible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge. Last but not least, if you wanted to share like anything empowering or anything that you feel like the listeners should hear before we end this conversation and also end it with where your links or where everybody can find you more if they want to work with you as well.
So I just want to tell everybody that they are loved, they are worthy, and they will only get what they feel that they are worthy of. And like I said, the universe does not care what you want, good or bad. It doesn't care. You just have to you just have to believe that that's yours, right? Like when we order something from Amazon, do you ever worry about, oh, who's going to bring it? When are they going to bring it? What time are they going to bring it? No, right? You just know it's coming. And if it's not coming, they're going to send you another one. So that's the way the universe works. You put it out there, you line your vibrations up to it, you believe it's yours. And so it is.
Yeah, I love it. That's incredible. That is true. That is so true. And if you believe that the Amazon package is coming, it's going to come. You just got to keep doing it. Just keep waiting. Just keep doing what you're doing.
No, don't wait. Just let it go. Because
Oh,
when you wait, so let's say when you want to manifest something
mhm.
and um you say, "Oh, I want that. I want that. I want that." What kind of vibration are you in?
Low vibe.
Desperation.
Yeah.
That's a desperation vibration. It's not coming when you're in that vibration. The same thing when you have, think back when you had a boyfriend, right? If there's like smothering you, they're always on, you don't want to be with that person,
True.
right? But, if they love you and they let go, guess what? You're going to like, um, that's how it works with the universe. You send it out and then you just wait and believe, just believe it's coming.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. With the boyfriend one is funny because I did have a boyfriend that was so attached and like too much. I was like, ah. Then now my husband, like we love each other, but he gives me space. I just know he loves me and we love each other, but he doesn't breathe down my back and I just know. And it's nice. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, that
Yes.
makes so much sense. Wow. I love your knowledge. Oh, this is incredible. So last but not least, where can people find you or want to work with you, like the site or anything, or follow you
Um,
on socials?
I'm not real active on social media, but my website is traumarelease.us. So just traumarelease.us is my website, and you can contact me there. And I love, helping people raise their vibrations. And whatever I do when I release the emotions for you, it will automatically raise your vibrations. And my work is just so easy for the client. Like for you, like today when I did the session, you didn't do anything, right? You didn't have to do anything. So I just did the work remotely and I released 240 trapped emotions for you. So, and you didn't have to do a thing,
Yeah,
right?
incredible.
So it's really powerful. I mean, this work that I do is so powerful that, I just wish like everybody can get it. Um,
Yeah.
it's just amazing. It is so incredible. And
Oh,
for you, Kathy, you have to step into your power. You are powerful. You are angelic. You are natural. Angelics naturally have high vibration, but you got to get rid of all the lower vibration to really truly be in your vibration. Because angelics come from very high vibration um, energy. So that's where your soul is from. So
mm, thank you. Ugh, okay, I feel that. I do truly believe that. And again, it's like we're program conditioned. I gotta let go of all that programming. Release it
let
all.
it go.
It's
Yes, let it
doable.
go.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. If today's episode spoke to you, inspired you, or reminded you of your own inner strength, I'd love for you to take the next step. If you're ready to dive deeper into your self love, your healing, and the woman or person you're becoming, you can work with me one on one through my BS life coaching program, or you're craving clarity and spiritual guidance, you can book a numerology guidance session with me. All the links to connect and work with me are in the show notes below. And if this episode served you, please share it with someone who needs this message today. Remember, you are powerful, you are worthy, and your soft, blissful life is waiting for you. I'll see you in the next episode, and don't forget to go and ignite your power and live the BS life.